live. The news on NBC 6 today at 4:30 starts now.
Good morning, South Florida. To kick off your day, here are the 6 things you need to know this morning.
First up, Miami-Dade police still searching for 3 gunmen involved in a mass shooting over the weekend. It happened about 12:30 Sunday morning, right outside of a new album release party for a rap artist at El Mula Banquet Hall. Miami-Dade police say 22 people were shot. 2 of them died. Right now, there's a $130,000 reward for information leading up to the arrest of the gunman.
And later this morning, Mayor Levine Cava and Miami-Dade Police Director Freddie Ramirez are scheduled to hold a press conference. These 2 are expected to speak about the gun violence across South Florida.
And this horrific mass shooting was the second in Northwest Miami-Dade, is the second to happen in Miami-Dade County over the weekend. Police still searching for the person who shot 7 people near Wynwood Friday night. Happened near Northwest 1st Court and 20th Street. Police say 1 of the 7 victims died.
And Homestead police are searching for the driver involved in a hit and run that killed a 5-year-old boy. It happened at the 600 block of Southwest 14th Street. Police are searching for the driver of the truck, who they are calling a person of interest.
City of Pembroke Pines will honor United States veterans during a Memorial Day virtual ceremony today. It all starts at 9 o'clock this morning at 7900 Johnson Street. If you'd like to attend the event virtually, it's going to be live streamed on the city's Instagram and Facebook platforms.
And President Joe Biden will be visiting Arlington National Cemetery on Memorial Day to participate in the traditional wreath-laying ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown. The First Lady, Vice President Harris, and the Second Gentleman will accompany him. And for more on these stories, just tap on the NBC 6 app.
Just after 4:30, good morning, South Florida. Thanks for spending your Memorial Day Monday here with us. I'm Kris Anderson.
And I'm Constance Jones. A lot of folks enjoying the good weather that we had the last few days. Wasn't too bad. Did you enjoy your weekend?
I did. You know, we had some showers pop up yesterday, so it got a little heavy at times, but I know a lot of people probably sleeping in this morning to recover from a weekend's worth of barbecues, beaches, and partying. Adam Berg joins us now with a first look at that morning forecast.
Yeah, I'm seeing the selfies rolling in from some of my friends. I think some people had a good time this weekend for sure. So you're thinking, okay, how's today going to play out? Kind of similar to what we've been seeing here. We'll get a few showers and thunderstorms in the mix. Right now, it's pretty dry out there. Probably not thinking about the beach so early this morning. But let's talk about temperatures. Let's talk about the weather to get you out the door if you are up and early this morning, right? So here we go. Talking 73 right now in Homestead, 71 in Kendall. So a little bit of a breeze coming in off the ocean. Tend to be a little warmer at the water or around water, like Marathon coming in at 80 degrees. Key West, 80 degrees. You get the idea, though. Temperatures on the warm and humid side. Look at our dew points here, how we measure humidity. Dew points well into the 70s, so the atmosphere is primed to get a couple of showers and thunderstorms going. Right now, though, all the action is out over the Atlantic water. But as we get a little daytime heating here, as we go through the day, you'll notice some of these thunderstorms popping, but then they'll work to the west of us. So here's what I'm thinking here. Showers and thunderstorms probably late morning through early afternoon, then we catch a little bit of a break, but boy, is it muggy out there. Great day to download the NBC 6 app. I've got your 7-day forecast next.
Our news team has been working around the clock trying to keep you updated with the latest information on that mass shooting that happened in Northwest Miami-Dade, a deadly shooting that has shocked South Florida and is getting attention all across the country.
Paxton Boyd is at Jackson Memorial Hospital, where several of the victims are recovering this morning. But we begin with Johnny Archer, who's at the scene with the latest on the search for the gunman.
Saturday night, the bodies of 2 victims removed from the crime scene nearly 24 hours after a mass shooting in Northwest Miami-Dade.
They took your brother! They took your brother!
A grieving father losing his son and another father nearly losing his daughter.
Words can't explain how I feel right now, man. This is a sad moment.
His daughter, one of 20 victims, shot and injured outside the El Mula Banquet Hall around 12:30 Sunday morning. Surveillance video from across the street appears to capture the flashes of gunshots and cars speeding from the Country Club shopping center.
I was playing video games in my room. All of a sudden, I started hearing gunshots. I'm talking about like a lot of gunshots.
It was an album release party for a local rapper. But police say 3 people waited outside in a white Nissan Pathfinder with handguns and semi-automatic rifles who opened fire, possibly shooting about 100 rounds.
This type of gun violence has to stop. Every weekend it's the same thing. This is targeted. This is definitely not random.
Police have not released any details about the motive behind the shooting or any other details about the shooters except that white Nissan Pathfinder that was used. Those three shooters that are responsible for this mass shooting here, they're still on the run this morning. In Northwest Miami-Dade, Johnny Archer, NBC 6 News.
All right, we do continue our team coverage this morning with Paxton Boyd, who's at Jackson Memorial Hospital, where several victims are being treated.
He called us frantic, telling us he had been shot, that it hurts, and he loves us.
Angelica Green recalling the moment she found out her 24-year-old son, along with 21 others, had been shot outside of a nightclub.
You know, sometimes children can put themselves in harm's way and make things happen. With this situation where they didn't even get a chance to go in the club, and they say the guys came with ski masks and hoodies and just started shooting up the crowds.
Families sharing the same grief, waiting outside of Jackson Memorial Hospital, anxiously awaiting information and updates. Carolyn Barnes is among them, the grandmother of a 20-year-old woman who was also shot.
So sad. I feel sad for everybody. I mean, I feel like all these families are my family. I just feel so bad for everybody.
The latest in a string of violence seen throughout South Florida over the Memorial Day weekend.
There's got to be something done about it. There's got to be something done about it. Because these families can't keep going through this crap. They can't keep going through this.
For now, more questions than answers, as individuals responsible for the shooting have not yet been apprehended.
I'm told that it was just random, but it has to be a reason for everything that's done. So I hope that the cops are able to find out who did this.
At last check, 3 of the victims that were hospitalized here at Jackson Memorial are in critical condition. In Miami, I'm Paxton Boyd, NBC 6 News.
The reward for information leading police to the shooters continues to grow. Right now, it's at about $130,000, and $30,000 of that money coming from the Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers organization and the ATF. The rest is being offered from Marcus Lemonis. He is the CEO of the Camping World and is host of The Prophet, which is on CNBC. He says he grew up here in South Florida and felt compelled to help the victims of violence get justice. Here's some more of what he had to say.
And Miami is part of who I am, and $100,000 is a lot of money, but I'm also smart enough to know that people react to capital. And we live in a capitalistic society. And if we're going to solve things, unfortunately, currency is one of those great motivators for people. When I see something affect my town, my community, my neighborhood, where I have a lot of family and friends and businesses, I feel like there's no better use of money than helping the community out. Whether it's $100,000 or $1 million, we want to just get problem solved. And particularly in this particular case, we just want some resolution here. And so I would be more than happy to write a $100,000 check, but I write it with a lot of pain and a lot of confusion around why these things even have to happen.
Miami-Dade Police Director Freddie Ramirez reacted to the violence, tweeting in part that these are cold-blooded murderers that shot indiscriminately into a crowd, and they will seek justice. He also offered his condolences for the family and the victims. He also spoke about the concerning trend across our country.
Very disheartening, but it's a trend that you're seeing around the country. Just yesterday in the news, they were expecting a violent summer, and unfortunately, Miami-Dade County is not immune to that.
Members of law enforcement, along with politicians weighing in on the tragedy. Governor Ron DeSantis, Senator Rick Scott, along with State Attorney Catherine Fernandez-Rundle expressed their outrage at the violence. They're calling for justice. Miami-Dade Police Chief Art Acevedo saying in part our criminal justice system must throw the book at prohibited persons unlawfully caught with firearms.
And Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava also tweeted out about the violence that happened over the weekend, saying in part, "My heart breaks for the families of the victims of the mass shootings this weekend. We will do everything we can to bring the shooters to justice and turn the tide on this violence." Later this morning, Mayor Levine Cava and Director Ramirez are scheduled to hold a press conference. The two are also expected to talk about gun violence all across our South Florida community. Make sure you stay with NBC6 for everything you need to know about this still developing story. We'll bring you updates as we learn them on air, on the app, NBC6 and on our website, NBC6.com.
Well, the mass shooting in northwest Miami-Dade is just the second to happen in Miami-Dade County over the weekend. Police are still searching for the person who shot 7 people near Wynwood. This happened Friday night. Witnesses say they heard dozens of gunshots near Northwest First Court and 20th Street. Police say one of the 7 victims died. So far, investigators haven't released any other details about the shooting, but anyone that has any information is asked to call Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers at 305-471-TIPS.
And it's a disturbing trend. In recent years, we have seen hundreds of mass shootings all across our country. And according to the Gun Violence Archive, which is a nonprofit research group, in 2018, there were 336 mass shootings. We put the numbers on your screen just so you can visually see them. That number increased in 2019 to 417. Last year, there were 610. So far this year, there have been more than 200 mass shootings. And according to NBC News, 57 cities saw a 36% increase in gun homicides between 2019 and 2020, the biggest jump on record.
Now to a heartbreaking story out of the city of Homestead this morning. Police are still searching for a driver involved in a hit-and-run crash. It killed a 5-year-old boy. Police say that the boy was hit at around 8:30 Saturday night at the 600 block of Southwest 14th Street. He was airlifted to Kendall Regional Center there, where he later died. We have newly released surveillance video showing a white pickup truck you see there in the background towing a U-Haul trailer. They say they want to talk to the driver of that truck. Police are calling that driver a person of interest.
This person, a person of interest at this moment. We just want to talk to him only because of the time frame, and may or may not have seen anything. So we're asking the Homestead residents and the South Dade residents to please help us out. If they see this vehicle, to please contact the Homestead Police Department.
Again, if you think you can help at all, call police at 305-247-1535.
COVID-19 restrictions are easing up and roads and airports much more crowded. You probably noticed that over the weekend. Coming up, we'll tell you what you need to know before you plan your next trip.
Plus, many businesses are celebrating the unofficial start of summer with sales. We're breaking down the best ways to score a deal after the break.